Hello everyone, my name's Eric. I just wanted to tell you guys, first of all, we're going to talk about three things today. Let me situate this. I'm going to face it towards me. That does not work. So, as you all know, I'm a huge Psych fan. And Psych ended last night, and everyone was a little sad. Everyone's hearts were a little bit broken to see a great TV show that made you laugh for 8 years, 8 seasons, finally come to a close. Now, I'm going to talk about the episode in this video. I'm also going to talk about it. I'm going to do a movie review, and I'm going to announce 2 more people I want to meet at Vidcon. Now, just to forewarn you, some of these people I want to meet at Vidcon are couples, or they're married, or they have kids and stuff like that. So I just want you guys to be prepared for that in the future. Now, on to the TV show. It was the last episode of Psych ever, and Sean had a tough time telling people that he wasn't going to be around anymore, and that he was going to move to San Francisco to be with Juliet. And that happened at the very end. And in the end, Sean proposes to Juliet. Juliet says yes. Then someone steals the ring that he was going to put on her finger, her wedding ring finger. But yeah, so that's the moral of the last episode of Psych ever. Now on to the movie I went and saw. Now I have not read the book yet, but I went and saw the movie instead. So I went and saw Divergent. It was a very, very good film. I mean, some parts were a little risque, if you will. I mean, it was not a bad film. Don't get me wrong. I loved every part of the film, but some of the parts were kind of just all over the place in my mind, and that's what happened with that. Now, onto the, okay. I'm going to give you a little bit more of a story. Now, if you haven't seen it, I'd click away right now, because I'm going to go into full depth of the film and then give it a grade. So, what I'm going to say now is that Shailene Woodley, in my opinion, deserves to be nominated for an Oscar if she hasn't already been nominated. Now, in this film, she does an awesome job of just being the chick that does everything right and destroys a corporation, if you will. There's these 5 factions, if you will, and each faction has its own personality to it. Like, one faction is kind, selfless. There's another faction that's selfless. There's another faction that's, there are all kinds of different factions. But yeah, so she doesn't fit into any of those factions, because the test at the very beginning put her as inconclusive, because she beat the test, and the test wasn't right for her, so she end up becoming a Divergent, and which is a bad thing, because the politics world doesn't like Divergents, and they refuse to see them as it, and they want them all dead. So that didn't work in this movie. You can't kill something that wants to fight back. But yeah, so that's the moral of the movie, is just finding a way to fight the system as it is. And that's what she does. She fights the system every single step of the way throughout this entire film. Now, I have to go read the book, but I feel like it's going to tell me the exact same thing. But I have a few other books I have to read before that. I'm not going to do any reviews on here anymore, but I'm just going to say that. Now, on to the people I want to meet at VidCon. this video is getting kind of long, but it's a couple. It's Kalel Cullen and Anthony Padilla. Now, they're really fun to watch because, I mean, you get to see their life and what they do on a daily basis. I mean, they've got a cat named Bookie, they've got a cat named Pip, they're Savannah cats. I mean, it's just, I feel like that it would be fun to hang out with these people. I mean, we're all part of this community together, and we got to start seeing it as a community, and that's the start for me. At YouTube conventions such as Vidcon or Play Us Live, you get to meet the people you really want to meet and become friends with them and do all these things that not a lot of people get to experience in their lifetimes. I mean, you gotta live while you can, because if you don't live in the present, you're not going to be able to remember what happened in the past. That's something you guys should live by. Live in the now, not in the past. I know there's a lot of people that have said that phrase, but I'm just saying it in my own variation of it. And dream for the future, because the future is what we all look forward to. But some people like to live in the now, not remember the past, and live in the future, or dream into the future. So, with that being said, I'm going to edit here so you guys can all comprehend all three things that I talked about today. But yeah, so, adios, au revoir, bon voyage, guten tag, sayonara, may the odds be ever in our favor. Goodbye, you know the drill, slag bomb.